Hello，大家好，我係小 Marguerite and welcome back to my little Cantonese corner. 今日2025年11月9號星期日. Today it is Sunday, the 9th of November, 2025, and I'm here to discuss this article that appeared in the SCMP last week, all about how the Shantung Government Primary School is allowing primary 2 to primary 6 students to use simplified characters in their exams and tests. What does this even mean? Why are parents up in arms about it? And how hopefully it can be rolled back or different decisions can be made about it. Before we get started, I wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who watched the last video. It was about the character Juan, and I think the algorithm sent it to everybody and their brother and sister and their parents and their cousins, because a lot of people viewed it and gave comments. And it's funny because I love doing videos like that, and I've done a few other ones in the past, and I'm going to be doing one coming up on a character that just causes me so much angst about how to use it. So that'll be a video coming up, but for today I thought, nope, I got to do this one first, all about that government primary school and simplified characters. Again, this is not something new for me to have jumped on the bandwagon. 3 years ago, I did a video about this that you can see. And it really went into like the history of Simplified, how it came about, why I hate them. I really think they are just vile and loathsome, even at the same time recognizing their use. And I think those two things can coexist side by side. Enough for that for now. Let's get into the video talking about this situation. You can see that parents are calling this decision unfair. Why? One of the reasons was that, as the government said, the school has to fully consult their stakeholders. Parents and students are obviously stakeholders in this game of education, and they didn't. They simply sent out an electronic circular that asked them to acknowledge receipt and confirm their consent, and parents did, but there was no avenue for them to say, we reject this. So the education department, the bureau, has said, let's scroll down here and see, this arrangement. I thought this was hilarious when I read this. I don't know, I was assuming in Chinese, in the Chinese press it's the same. This arrangement aims to provide a more friendly assessment environment for students with mainland backgrounds or those accustomed to using simplified characters. Friendly assessment environment. Does anyone else think that there's never in the history of time in Hong Kong been a friendly assessment environment? I just thought that was laughable, because now all of a sudden they're concerned about being friendly. Really? Okay. So then reading on, while also giving local students the opportunity to learn about the two Chinese writing systems, enhancing their reading and communication skills. Jessie Cheung, who is the chairwoman of Subsidized Primary School Council, said it's not appropriate for them at this time. They're too young. They're trying to master one writing system, and that system should be traditional. Why? Because all of their textbooks and all the learning materials are in traditional. The other argument from parents, kids are going to be competing against each other. If I'm writing simplified, I'm going to be done a lot faster, and my traditional school classmate is going to lead to some kind of competition between the two. And that's not very conducive to a friendly assessment environment. If they're after a friendly environment, don't pit kids against each other. In this article, the parents get into the reasoning why they think Shantung Primary School initiated this change. And they said that there was 10 new primary 5 students admitted to the school. Now this is where I have a little bit of experience, because I was teaching in a primary school. I had primary 1, primary 3, primary 5. And in my primary 1 class, we had a student from the mainland. This is 2002. He was from the mainland, and he was 10 years old. So 10 years old, you should typically be in like primary 5, primary 4, primary 5, if I'm not mistaken. He was in primary 1. So I had a 10-year-old in my class. We all did, because he was in 1A, I think it was 1A at the time, and I was teaching English. And it was near to impossible with one student who was so disruptive because he had no idea what was going on. He was much older than the students. He spoke only Mandarin. He didn't even read the stuff. He didn't know English. He didn't know Cantonese. It was a disaster. And it was so difficult with one student. I can't even imagine 10. Now, granted, 10 might not all be in one class. They might be split. But even having one student in there, they need special resources. I was begging the administration to help with this because it was negatively impacting all the other kids in the class. I mean, it's just mind-boggling to me that the first decision they make is, well, we're going to have a friendly environment and just let them use simplified characters. How is this helping them integrate into your school? It's not. So there's that too. So going on more, it's getting dark, you can tell. Everything is, yeah, lights are something I should have, I know, but it's more important to be talking about this right now than the lights. So, okay, here's where we get into talking about why I hate simplified characters, because they're missing the essence, the culture, the heritage, the beauty of the traditional characters. It's just missing in the simplified. And one character they always point to is the ngoi, and that one is love. And in the simplified version, they've taken the heart, and just ripped it out. They just ripped the heart out of the traditional character. And it's like, how? How could you have done that character so dirty by taking that out? So I think the people that created Simplified and continue to promote it, they don't have that art for eye. Watch my other video because I talk about how the Mona Lisa, you can have a stick figure Mona Lisa. You can tell it's supposed to be the Mona Lisa, but it doesn't have that depth, that character, that feeling, that artistry. It's gone, stripped. Now, who wants to pay a lot of money and look at that? So go watch that video. It is, I was actually rewatched it and I'm like, wow, I can't believe this video because I put a lot of work into it, and yeah, go watch it. So anyway, yes. So the Bureau, the Education Bureau, finally came away and at the end of the article just said, well, you know, pushing it back on the school. Every school has to make their own decision. If this is right for the school, for Shatin Government Primary School, that's great. If it's not good for your school, don't worry about it. But that does not help the parents who are at that school. So I really hope that they will be successful in getting Shatin Primary School, Shatin Government Primary School, to consider different options. All right, take care, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye.